Greetings, my Rantians. Hope you all are doing well today, and welcome to the start of the Anno 1800 modded campaign. Dude, I am so pumped and ready for this. It's unbelievable. And I know all of you guys are as well. Before we begin, though, I just want to take a moment to thank everybody who watched the entirety of the expert campaign, or a decent chunk of the expert campaign, so you guys know the storyline. And obviously, for everyone who's new here, hi, how's it going? My name is Rantian. Quite penetrated by your kindness that you even found the channel. If you want to check out what we have, the link is right there, and one click away. Literally, one click away, dude. Give it the college kids try. Give my channel the college kids try. Because I'm very active here, and I'm planning on being on YouTube for many years to come, and I would love for you to be a part of our Imperium. There's an Anno 1800 Expert Campaign series that's right there, 195 episodes. It also does kind of show, like, my own personal growth, because I've only been on YouTube for about a year. Actually, no, it's not a year. About a year. It is, in fact, a year and 1 month now. And yeah, so it starts off as someone who's completely brand new, and obviously where I'm at now, I feel like I've had decent improvement, so by all means, feel free to check that out. There's also a couple of the scenarios on the channel as well, some EU4 related content, which I'll probably get to at some point throughout this year, and also trying out Anno 2205, which is awesome. So if you'd also like to make an additional commitment to subscribe to the channel, I very much appreciate it, and the link for the Discord and Instagram are in the description of every single video, along with the main channel page. Finally, when it comes to the actual mod list, currently, it's only on the Discord, but I will make sure to type it up and put it in the description of every single video that comes from the modded campaign. But without further ado, our ship has docked. I don't want to waste time anymore. I want to get into the substance, dude. 100% into the substance. And if you're wondering where we're starting off right now, this is in fact the border regions. It's completely devastated. Okay, every single one of these islands at one point was a city-state. And now, every single one of them have been laid low. There's nothing here. But we have a task. The first initial task is that we need to rebuild for our RANTIAN protectorates. That way, they allow us to actually utilize territory and resources here to build the Imperium Army Group Center. That is the only way we are able to get our fleet back here and make sure we're all set to deal the devastating death blow to the Empire of La Corona. Let me be clear. No one, under any circumstances, should dare challenge Rantian's power. At all. You will lose, and it will be funny for us, not for them. They are going to hate every single second of it. We're just going to be sitting on the sideline with some popcorn. We get our local Trader Joe's and be like, yeah, look at that. 15 ships just got sunk and we barely took a scratch. That's literally what's going to happen. So without further ado, let's go ahead and colonize this island.
Grown more beautiful.
Why is that a really nice name? You know, I even came up with a couple island names to begin with, and I still will use them, absolutely. Sere is really nice. Let's go with that. And hopefully I'm saying it correctly. If not, then someone will probably let me know. Actually, that is one of my pet peeves. If I don't know how to pronounce something, I try not to do it until I figured it out. So in this situation, until I understand exactly how to say the name correctly, I'm going to only say Saint. And that's totally fine. So we have a couple of the mods, obviously, that we're seeing initially, and this one is from Noblesse Oblige, I believe that's how you say it. Relatively new, and I'm not going to start off with these guys quite yet because they're going to require a fertility that this island doesn't have, and I need to make sure that we at least get this island up and running so we can expand over in this region and take more of these islands. So we'll start off with the basic stuff to begin this campaign with. And I'm just going to build a long road kind of somewhere into the middle here. There's another mod right here for the central market, which they do act as a marketplace as well. There's a whole like different subset here. Like it's crazy. Even this little guy, like it has a decent radius. Look at that. It's pretty sick, isn't it? And you can kind of layer these. One thing that I was really trying to do with the expert campaign was I was trying to make some like farmers market. Look at that. I built the road all the way around it, just like clips away. You guys actually saw that little dev blog thingy that they put out recently for 117. Apparently it's gonna help with this issue. But I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the basic farmer residences.
A new milestone.
I mean, there it is. War is upon us. Literally, the man saying, "Oh, I missed you, sir. How's it going? Are you going to be an a-hole like you were in the previous season? You better not. I swear. I'll yeet you off a cliff." If you're new here, I don't like the. I don't like him. So I'm gonna build that, like, not fully. We'll leave room for 2 more farmer residences over here because I want to hold on to 10 timber. I need to find a spot of Saint that will be able to have... That's not in the middle. I need to find a spot that I can just hunker down with the lumberjack huts and not worry about them for a pretty decent amount of time. This spot is not too bad. This spot is also not too bad. I think, like, yeah, this seems to be okay. I'm gonna go ahead and build up the warehouse first. And while our farmer population is going up, there also is this one, which is the Old Town version of the homes. And when I get some more timber, I'm going to prioritize building these ones over the traditional farmer residence to see how they look like. But let's go ahead and begin with the lumberjack huts to start. And we'll get this one here and this one right over here. These ones also have a specific skin. And because this is the border regions, I have a couple mods enabled that's really going to distinguish between this location and then the other locations that we go to in this particular playthrough. So this is part of the Old Town variation for lumberjack huts, and I'll try to zoom in. And really, you know, I think this is really important to mention. Big shout out to every single member of the modding community for this game. You guys are absolutely incredible with what you are capable of doing. I am in complete awe of you guys. Truthfully, I am. Truthfully. And you know what? Like, I tip my hat to you, because that is what you guys are able to produce, and the level of replayability I was having just with the initial testing. I was like, wait, hold on. I have to check this out. No, wait. No. Put that to the side. I need to look at this. It was just so much. And I must mention that I never really went ahead and modded Anno 1800 much in the past, so this is definitely my first foray into massive modding, I guess. So that's going to be really cool. I'm going to start off with the 3 lumberjack huts and the sawmills, and we're going to fast forward it just so we can get the timber production going. And it will be relatively fast, but I have a feeling that we're going to run out, or this is going to have a little bit of a slowdown, so it is what it is. In this particular region, we don't have any of the river slots because none of the islands, in fact, do have rivers on them. They have something like this. Hey, this is actually... Whoa, what the hell? This island kind of looks like our Constantinople. It's smaller, though. I can tell. It's a lot smaller. We had the Theodosian walls right over here. We had the high-end side over here. We said that this was like the Golden Horn, so that was kind of cool. It was a very fun campaign, and I miss it very, very much. Oh, this is a very nice line. Look at that. There's a bunch of islands in here. I've already picked out the one. Hopefully these wealthy landowners will allow us to colonize that particular one, but we'll have to see. So let's go into this one, and let's put the Old Town houses down. Oh, wow.
I got me family.
Oh, that's great. They're here willingly, or what's the thing? What's the problem? She seemed like she was depressed about it. Like, I got me family. Like, just be a little bit like, I got my family, or maybe like in her case, like she didn't like that. But I'm gonna replace them with the Old Town homes because they literally have the exact same conditions to them. And yeah, we are going to lose out a little bit of farmer workforce, and that is a very loud car behind my house. I apologize if you heard that. That has been happening a lot more recently, and it really ticks me off. There are also some new skins here. So we have the workers market, and these ones, they come from DLCs. So like the holiday skin, obviously, the ornate ones, the open air one, which has always been my personal favorite, but I found that the worker one for the time being is going to work perfectly. There also is an investor's market, which is very high-end bougie. You know what I mean? I just did a whole bunch of hand gestures. I really need to get to the point of actually live streaming. I really do. I say it constantly, and I just, yeah, it's a whole situation. Let's get these houses going. I definitely want to make this have the old town vibe. Along with that, I did promise that I'm going to actually enable the day-night cycles, and that is what we have here. I'm going to keep the day-night cycles going. In the event that there's something I really need to focus in on, I will definitely, for example, put it at noon mode or something like that, because I would like to see. They also do have the chapel, and then there's the Old Town Market. What? I didn't see this one. Hold the phone. Bye-bye. This looks better.
Basket is flowing over.
That's insane. I didn't see this one. All the testing I did, I didn't look at this one. I apologize. So I'm going to continue while they're also collecting more timber up there. We just can go ahead and like pre-plan what this settlement of Saint is going to look like. And I think as far as this city-state is concerned, we need to prioritize a lot when it comes to the clay deposits, and then we do have a decent amount of mineral deposits over here, which we can utilize, of course, so we can mine them for a variety of ores, and a very rich location over here. And naturally, it's a good thing that they are on our side and not on La Corona's. Now, we haven't had any communications with La Corona since Sere imposed that ceasefire on them. And yes, he was not particularly too happy with me, but when I explained my reasoning to him, he understood. So the next thing that we're going to have to do is we need to build a fishery. And the fishery, I guess I'm going to keep it over here next to the main harbor area. I kind of like to always consider this to be a warehouse for me. And we didn't take a moment to really appreciate the new model for the flagship. This is based off of the HMS Victory, and there is an additional skin for it, which is unironically called Victory. So it is indeed very, very pretty. Again, I tip my hat off to the modders for this one. But the default ship skin is colored based off of your faction colors, right? So if you decide that you want to go blue, then the exterior would be blue. Black, also the same thing, and, you know, etc., etc. So we have a couple of additional stuff for these guys, as you can see. Like, the farmers are not only stayed to market the fish and then the work clothes. No, we have to provide them with a farmer's school, a cemetery. Oh, that's depressing. Clean water, and then some horses. And we get that relatively soon. But we need to always make sure that we also attend to their happiness needs. So looking at those, see, it's also increased. We have the schnapps, we have the pub, a church, and the flute. Now, the cool thing is that I can indeed go ahead and build a church of some kind. For example, I can go ahead and put down the chapel, and it's going to work. But I'm not going to do that immediately, because I want to honestly pre-plan what I want to put where. And
you reached a new milestone.
Hey, nice, perfect. I want to build another lumberjack hut and sawmill. I have a tendency of always defaulting to Arhan, I don't need your help, buddy. Thank you. Thank you, I really appreciate it. Expert level gamer, by the way. Totally made guides. I don't know whether... I mean, a lot of people did enjoy them, and they said that it was pretty good and it helped them, so yeah, perfect. Dude, I said I don't need... I definitely do not need help when it comes to ornaments, okay? Be gone. Jesus. So let's go ahead and put down the cemetery. I don't want to put it there. It has a radius, correct? Yeah, it does. I'm going to put it, like, right here. So we have the cemetery, and that is going to fulfill that condition. The next one is... do we have access to the church yet? No, we don't. But they would want some schnapps. Here's what I'm thinking. We actually put the potato farms and whatnot kind of in the settlement to start off. And then later on, if we choose to move them, we can definitely do that. Because we pretty much have free reign at the moment. And I'm going to do something really cool. I'm going to put the schnapps distillery and the potato farm right next to one another, because I know for a fact they're one-to-one here. There are some additional production chains. Hold up. Actually, this does not look good. Is that enough farm fields? Yeah, it is. Because I can honestly go ahead and do something like this. I can box it in if I really wanted to. There are some additional chains later on that you can mass produce these particular goods. So like right here, these are 30 seconds to produce the schnapps for us. Whilst the other ones later on, if they're the industrial version, they are at 15 seconds. So they're a lot faster. And the cool thing is, because of the Old Town pack that we have enabled, we have Old Town type skins.
We need something first.
They're delivering it to you. Can you wait for 1 minute? Actually, it's 30 seconds. Can you wait 30 seconds? It would be fantastic if you could. But we have the Old Town skin for the Schnapps Distillery as well. There are a bunch of Old Town skins, actually. So, really, really like that. Having farm fields in the front end is going to look very, very nice. And then we also have access to the school. Now, because of the Harbor Life DLC, or not DLC, I want to say DLC, but it's not. We have a huge harbor area. This also comes from Spice It Up. So we can build, city-states on the water, which some of them were indeed on the water. And if you guys know me by now, I made an entire freaking capital with canals. And am I going to do the exact same thing here? Probably not, because that was very unique and for Rantian purposes only. That is a very nice one.
Loving kindness.
Why don't you just say you're quite penetrated by my kindness? That's my thing. Yeah, never mind. I guess I can't have nice things, right? Then we also have the Fire Brigade Institute and then the volunteer firefighters, but they need bricks and obviously steel beams and windows to produce those ones. But we do have the traditional fire station. And yes, I'm going to be better when it comes to the fire station, so I don't constantly have explosions everywhere, but watch it still happen. Watch, just humor me. I want to put this down here, and I do also have Old Town skin for this one. And it seems like a new day is dawning. How are we looking when it comes to our production chains right now? So fish is okay. Schnapps is fine. We need to work on the work clothes and all that good stuff. But I would also like to extend the town itself. Can I make this look in any way, shape, or form decent? I can make a road go through. Hold on. Yeah, let's put these guys here, and let's put these guys here. We'll have a road go through these ones. Like so. I don't know if I'll replicate it on the other side. I don't want to keep it all looking the same, but I feel like if we can stay kind of close to the main marketplace for now, because we're kind of pressed for resources, it would be really beneficial. So we're already getting a little bit of money, but we're going to have to honestly expand upon our schnapps production because we want to make sure these people are happy. They're putting their trust in Rantian. They did during that war and before that, so we have to make sure that we repay their faith in kind. And we'll just link it down here. That is 42. We'll change the skin to make it look nice. And hopefully the fire station will be able to cut down on, potential explosions with these guys. I will be very, very transparent in saying I did jack up a couple of the difficulties. So it is actually on the higher difficulty settings. So more than likely we're going to get a bunch of explosions anyway, but we're going to test the theory. Is it my luck, or are these things just not working as intended? I'm talking about the fire stations. But we have the old world chapels now, and we have the traditional one, which looks very, very cool. We can put it somewhere over here. We also have the 1404 chapel, which is almost identical, if not actually identical, to this one. It is identical. I'm going to put it right over here, because I think having a chapel in the middle there is going to be fantastic, right? And that'll obviously fulfill the condition for the church, will it not? It's not doing it. Oh, hold on. Let's test something else out then. Let's put the chapel from this one down. Put the 1404 one again. Okay, so that one doesn't work. Good to know. But this one does. That's really nice. And we have a decent farmer population going on right now. So in the front here, we're going to have the farm fields. Where are we going to put the animal farms, I guess? We can put them here along the corner, because we're going to have to get a whole bunch of work clothes. Oh, they changed. Yeah, well, the sheep farm emblem has changed, and that's pretty good. I actually like it.
What brings you here, master?
What brings me here? I need to produce work clothes. That's what brings me here, because you didn't know to do it yourself. I don't know. Do I want to put anything around the cemetery? Probably not directly bordering it, but I'm gonna need the work clothes anyway. So we'll build 2 of these, and I'm gonna put a warehouse around here as well. That way it'll definitely help out with delivering these goods relatively fast-ish the moment we get one more timber in here. Ah, there we go. We got more than one. And I'm going to swap this also to the Old Town Warehouse. The framework knitters don't have a building skin, but the sheep farms do. There we go. Really nice. So we're going to be sticking a lot with the Old Town vibe in this region. Okay, along with the ships, I do have a decent amount of the ships enabled that are Old Town-esque, so it's really, really solid. The next one seems to be...
Sweet as honey.
Honey, are you flirting with me? Oh, okay. Hold up, hold up. I'm very happily taken, so thank you. No, thank you. Why are we running out on schnapps? Hello? Okay, I see that as we are overproducing by 1. There shouldn't be an issue here, except probably, you know, being on dirt roads. That might be a little bit of a problem. Yeah. I like to, if you're new here, I really just go off on the NPCs out of nowhere. So, you are forewarned. Absolutely forewarned. But now we get to see a daytime view of Saint, and it is beautiful. I think it's Saint Cyr. I'm pretty sure it's Saint Cyr. So we need the clean water pump. Okay, so this definitely has a radius to it. I think this should be kind of in the settlement somewhere. You know, it looks like a local well of some sort. And is that one going to be enough for now? It should be. Okay, perfect. So we're producing decent amount of the clean water. We have the fish. We have the schnapps. We're producing the work clothes. The next thing is going to be the stables. And these ones can be rather large. So I think I'm going to put it right over here for the horses. That actually works rather well. I do like the spot quite a bit. And I'll build a road going around this so it can connect to that warehouse if it wants. And then also, you know what? Not going to build it here because more than likely I want to build another one of these schnapp, you know, production chains. So that's going to work relatively well. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that right this second. Let's put the potato farm itself right here. And we're going to change its building skin. And then we're going to need the schnapps distillery. I'm going to kind of do something a little different. I'm going to put it on its side for this one. And let's see how we can fit these farm fields. I'm going to use the shift tactic so it makes it look nicer. Great. Let's change that skin. Really nice. So we got our really cool looking schnapps production already worked. And I don't like the fact that these are facing different directions. I'm not going to look at it. I'm not going to look at it. You should not look at it either. And we need the farmer school now. So the farmer school, it kind of looks like a worker home, but it has escalate on the side of it. Isn't that sick? That's actually a really nice little spot. We made a really nice looking town just out of nothing. Isn't that great? It sucks that we can't use the river modules in this region, but you know, we will eventually. They are very, very, very powerful. Now, how are we looking with the fire chance? It says low. Okay, I'm happy about that. It says low, but as a precaution, these buildings are also quite prone to being flammable. So I'm going to go ahead and build another fire station. Look at the personal growth. Look at that. Just look at it. But don't look at it too hard. And you know what? I'm gonna do you another one. Another solid. We're gonna build another one, dude. We're gonna put it right here. Awesome. So many fire stations. The fire coverage is just, chef's kiss. Now, what other stuff can we do? So we can take a look at these farmer market type stalls. And like I was saying before, when I was in the expert campaign, I really tried a lot to make really nice farmers markets. So there's actually a really nice spot kind of close to the Eternal Bastion that has a Ferris wheel too, that has a pretty decent size farmers market in there, and along with the Forum of the Eternal Sun, that also does have two sides in which it is kind of on the repetitive side of things when it comes to the ornaments, but I feel like the customization options here a lot better. So this is another farmer stall right here along the corner. I'm gonna put this down, and it'll probably look better once we get these roads paved. And then what other things did we have here? So this one was the farmer's market, this grocer stall, florist, market, farmer, grocer, farmer stall. Oh yeah, okay. Really nice. So that's going to add a really good amount of flavor right here. And I do want to try to do that regardless of, you know, the tier of citizen that we have, because I just really appreciate the realism factor. So like, look at this. Isn't that sick? We got a tractor over there. We got some cows, some horses. We can kind of layer them. Let's actually play around with this. It's taking our timber from us, but oh, look at that. Really cool. There's a fishmonger. I never really liked the fishmonger stance too much, but I did like the grocer stall. The grocery stall was the one that I used the most. Putting it there wouldn't really make sense now, would it? This would. This is nice. You know what? Flip it this direction. This direction. And beautification options, I do have a bunch of this stuff enabled, so I want to see, can I... Oh yeah, that we need to put the banners down. But given the spot that it's at, I just wanted the regular paving. Do I not have access to that at the moment? I probably don't because of the... Oh no, it's right there, isn't it? What's this? Yeah, okay. Nice. So we filled that out. And yes, I did indeed use money for that. Nice little farmer's quarter over here. And the cool thing is, again, they do provide a radius, as in a additional market. Now, when it comes to ships, I really thought about it, and I don't know how to really explain this. I'll do my best though. I'm really crippling us in a way. I have the military attention mods enabled, which is not meant to cripple you, but the conditions in order to build ships have pretty much increased. So we're going to need sailors, we're going to need the weapons, we're going to need a whole bunch of stuff that we'll get later on. So for the time being, we only have the Endeavor, and we have to make sure that it stays alive for as long as possible. Preferably the entirety of the campaign. That's not the house I wanted to build. I want to... Let's start from here. Let's make a double over here. And we'll link that up there. And I do also want to see, is this possible? What we can do is something like this, though. Ran out of more timber. Love to see it. Let's loop that around. How are we doing with our stats right now? Clean water still good, fish still good, schnapps still fine, work clothes kind of struggling, horses seem to be okay-ish. It's mostly this. Early game, like, production chains can be a pain in the you-know-what. And we don't have access to the silos quite yet. Once we get the silos, then it'll definitely be a lot faster. But for all intents and purposes, we should definitely build another of these guys. You know what? I kind of screwed myself with this. I'll put it over on this side. Yeah, I'll put it here, because I'll build a road in between. And let's get the fields built up and get this road going. And one more framework knitter should definitely do us a lot of good. Really nice. It's a very cool looking old town settlement, and it is right up the roleplay alley that I was thinking about when I was writing the actual storyline for this, because I legitimately wrote it down. I've been spending a good couple of months working on the storyline for this campaign, so hopefully it lives up to the hype. I really, really, really always want to do my best for everybody, and I feel like if I don't, I have definitely done you all a disservice. So that, you know, one might argue that's putting an unnecessary amount of pressure on me, but truth be told, I really want to make sure that I fully embrace my niche being renting randomly and really providing decent stories for people to get emotionally invested in, or just interested in, I guess. Maybe not fully emotionally. Why is my woodcutting production so terrible? I feel like this should be... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get it now. Yeah. That is the problem. A little bit. Not a bunch, but it is a factor. And the way for us to continue to expand to other islands is we need to build tools. And tools comes probably through the landowners, which we will definitely explore. We just need to get a base settlement built up first. That was what I really wanted to focus on, I guess, getting the foundations going. Because this is an incredible pack, and you guys are going to love this. Absolutely love it. I damn near lost it when I saw some of the buildings. I'm gonna need another warehouse over here. So this is the Old Town version warehouse. It's okay-ish, but I kind of like this one better. Why didn't I change this? Do you think that these guys are gonna catch up? I mean, they are working with wood and such. You know what? Good measure. Good measure. Personal growth. Look at that. I am just completely full of surprises today, aren't I? But these guys should be ready to upgrade now. They are happy farmers indeed. And we have 500 plus of them, so we can go ahead and do it once we have some more timber in here. Let's go ahead and fast forward it. And there are obviously like little islands kind of dotted around that do have, like, for example, we now have access to like bee abundances and olive fertility, calamari here. Okay, now I'm hungry because I really personally like calamari a lot and I haven't had it for a while. But I guess, hold on. If the calamari is prepared properly, then it tastes fire. But if it's not, it is the nastiest thing on the face of the planet. Nasty and chewy. Those two that combination is just horrid. No, thank you. Don't want it. Not gonna try it. But you know what we are gonna try now? Upgrade these buildings.
You reached a new milestone.
Look at the buildings. And now we have access to the workers. And the worker homes, all interconnected with one another. Love to see it.
A new milestone.
And we're at a port town, so I must have upgraded enough for the port town itself. Oh, that is... Look at that view. My goodness. And then nighttime view of these particular homes and whatnot and the services really looks pretty sick. Now, we have access to the soldiers, which we can't utilize at the moment. Again, that's me going into roleplay purposes. I want to make sure we do it at the right time. So, what we are going to do at the moment is we're going to focus primarily on building up these clay pits. And the clay pits are exactly as intended. Like, they're going to be 30 seconds a piece. We have 9 on this island. I'm probably not going to be utilizing all 9 of them at the start. Later on, though, St. Sere might very well be that place that's going to produce a lot of bricks just indefinitely, or just the clay, because it's not like they're finite over here. They're infinite. So I'm going to go ahead and build at least the one to start off, and we'll go ahead and put, you know what, let me do us a solid. Let me drag this over here, but you know what's really important for me to drag over here? Banner. And I haven't even put them down. That is just terrible. I am really, really, really upset at my own self. And because I'm upset with my own self, I'm going to get rid of that strategically placed bit of the potato farm and put down 2 banners. Now you know where you are, okay? I made a promise. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to convert a majority of the Anno 1800 community and Anno community at large to banner holics. That is my goal in life at this point, along with growing the channel. So obviously, please share, like, all that good stuff, because, like, yeah, that's also important. But banners, never sleep on the banners. Well, I mean, you can.
Check a copy?
Oh, hell. Okay. All right, watch him screw me in the very first newspaper.
Really, entirely marvelous to meet you. And that we may show truth, or anything, actually, in our broadsheet.
I am very surprised. You're trying to get on my good graces, aren't you? Okay. All right. No, you're fine. That's all positive.
No changes? Really?
Don't count on it, because you're probably going to do something stupid, and I'm going to have to fix it. Again. Over and over and over and over again, because that's literally what I had to do in the expert campaign. Let's go ahead and put a small warehouse over here. I have a feeling, because I don't want to put the what is it, the industry stuff with the city. I'll probably put them somewhere out here, maybe over here. This is not a bad spot. I'm gonna get another warehouse built up over here, because there is indeed another clay pit. And we can go ahead and start with the brick factories. I don't know if these ones have additional skin. I never really checked. But one of those clay pits can manage 2 of these guys.
It's the boss.
Yeah, so they don't have another skin. I'm going to put another fire station right here. Look at that. Absolutely incredible. So these guys are going to start working. We do still have 116 workers. Build up this clay pit as well while you're at it. How many were these ones? They're only 25? Oh yeah, we can build 2 more. Build them like this. I think in total, I would want 6. Is that enough for another building? I don't think it is. I need another road here. Yep, there we go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blueprint mode 2. No, don't do that to me. Good, very good. We're going to start off with our brick production, because obviously we're going to have to work towards the piggies. There's also the cheese, so we'll talk about that other mod too. There are Pescatarians in this mod pack, so we are going to be working on that. And then we do have access to open pit coal mines and iron mines. I'm planning on something specific with those. And I want to see, when it comes down to, you know, these mineral deposits, because I haven't really checked them out too much, how they really work. So let's go ahead and upgrade this next district, or next block. I call them districts for some stupid reason. It's a block. This next block. Oh, what the hell? Oh, yeah. There are hot air balloons in here. See, look at him. He's actually capable of producing the right news. What was your problem in the expert campaign? I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay. As, Alright, what do you... Yeah, you're gonna need the bricks. So we'll wait on some of the bricks to come through.
On every street corner in no time.
Okay, now you're just trying to be a kiss ass. You're literally putting every single damn thing in my face, and I don't like it. Please, cease. So we're going to probably have to change this spot out now that we have access to the silos. And you have a... Oh, it's a horse training ground. Ooh. Okay. But we don't have the grain, because I haven't built up the grain farms quite yet. Where am I going to put those? I guess I can put them kind of down here as well. I kind of want to see what that looks like when it's working. I haven't checked that out. I have a feeling we're good enough with these 3 schnapps distilleries right now. And later on, we can work to make them a wee bit better if we choose to do so. Very pretty. Go ahead and build up those grain farms for me. And the 1 should be sufficient, because that's only like 4 minutes for a production, or utilize it. Oh, there's a horse in the front too. I haven't zoomed in on this. Very cool. Very cool indeed. And there's a very loud car again. I don't know. I feel like I'm becoming that angry old man that hates sound and is going to go outside and yell at the youngsters. Which, fun fact, I'm not even old. Nowhere even remotely close to it. Oh my god, Jesus! I'm trying to record a freaking video over here! God damn. So what do these guys want? It seems like they're relatively the same. They want the cemetery needs, so that's okay-ish. Then it's pretty much the exact same as the, previous. But they're gonna want flutes and... Okay. I don't like cigarettes. I really don't like this. So this may not ever be produced, not unless I absolutely freaking have to. I don't like smoking. I never do. What are these? Oh, Old Town Gates. We also have an inn. And then Old Town Streets. What the hell? Oh, yeah. That's pretty sick. So it's the... Yeah, okay. Well, we figured out which streets we're going to be using, because it is indeed paved roads. And I quite like those. They fit somewhat. And then here are the Pescatarians. So the way to get these ones is by building the regular farmer residences. So we can go ahead and, as an example, let's not put them here. Let's put them in the back, like maybe have one row, just to showcase what they are, in fact. And when they upgrade... Can you just wait a second? You're getting what you want. Unbelievable. But what you do is you increase the living space and then they convert to Pescatarian houses level 1, which is pretty cool. These ones don't have that option because it's another mod. What's happening here? Why have they burned their ground? I don't understand. Don't be looking euphoric. Fix your freaking land. What the hell? What's wrong with you? All right, let's take a look at these mineral deposits. So on the island, that is an iron mine. So yeah, I guess it is just indeed a mine, isn't it?
Halt the conveyor!
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's an iron mine. Let's go for it. So more than likely we get the other ones later. Probably. This is not good. I'm gonna build a second warehouse for the time being. So at least we don't have an issue with that. And it looks like we got this sorted. Really cool. So we're producing one horse every 15 seconds. We'll have the finest steeds in the entire world. And we're getting our first iron in here, so we can probably work to get some of the steel beams produced as well. That'll be pretty solid. And overall, I'm thinking later on, where are we going to put the Lord's Manor? This is a nice spot for it. I want it to be in a really cool location. I don't like the fact that there's a clay deposit here, but I'll probably be able to move it later because I do have Land of the Lions also enabled with this. So Research Institute, mwah, thank you for coming in handy once again and get every single one of these clay pits in the same spot. Can you imagine how strong that's going to be? Woo, lordy. But yeah, this seems like a really good place for it, I think. What do we need exactly? Yeah, we can do that. And there's another skin if we don't choose to use this one. There's this thing. Hold on. I think I have to build it. I'll build it temporarily so I can showcase it.
New milestone.
Look at this thing. Isn't that sick? That's really cool, isn't it? But yeah, it doesn't have a road connection, doesn't have anything. I'm not going to worry about this one at the moment. I want it to be at the right time. We might even consider putting it in the settlement somewhere. I really want to... Oh, great. Now you're happy. Oh, that's great. That's so great. I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud. You couldn't see it, but I was rolling my eyes. I'm going to get this clay deposit worked on as well, seeing as how there are indeed warehouses over here. And let me go ahead and connect this via road. Just in case they can't make it to this one, they can make it to that one. That'll be okay. That way I can get the other two built up as well. We can have like a settlement over here a settlement over here, and then later on we can connect them. That's kind of what I did with Constantinople way back. I kind of was trying to simulate the fact of its depopulation, but then when everybody really enjoyed the Constantinople build, I was like, well, you know what? Hell, let's just keep going at it, right? And I was very happy that we did so. That's kind of far away. Yeah, I really want to see these. They're just taking forever. What other building skins do they have? It's just the normal ones, and then we have the Pirate Shack, which we're not going to be utilizing right now. But I'm going to go ahead and build a couple more blocks of homes, and I'll make it kind of like this. Yep. Very cool. And we need to build these ones, but I totally forgot. How far is the radius? So we're going to need another marketplace in the back here. Or we can do something like this, like the stalls. But I really do like this Old Town Marketplace, dude. It's really sick. It's really sick. Okay, I'm going to fast forward just a wee bit so we can get some more timber in here. And we can build these guys up. Just so we can have a decent progression. I'm pretty sure we'd have indeed seen a decent progression so far, but I just want to make sure that we're continuing on with it. Let's take a look at our values. So fish production going down. We need clean water. Work clothes are also -1. Not good. So let's get another one of the fisheries built, and we'll connect that up right now. This is going to start being a little bit spammy, so I'm going to get rid of that and build a silo. And then one more field. I'll put it up here. And I actually need to physically build it because I didn't see it. That was on Blueprint, even though that is literally what I do all the time, is keep the damn thing on Blueprint and then forget about it. And we're going to need another framework knitter, otherwise we're going to lose out on a bunch. Wait, hold on. That becomes the value of these two. Yeah, I'll just hold on to these two for the time being. I really dislike spamming framework knitters. I always have. I think it's because of the fact that they take up 50 of your farmer workforce. There are a lot of things I remember from when I started playing Anno 1800 way back. And I was like, why in the hell is that damn building need? How do you fit 50 people in this thing? I'm pretty sure you could. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I'm like, that is a lot of workforce for, you know, that production. But I kind of like to see my people remain happy over here because they have to be content with the fact that we are assisting them. And we want them to remain on our side. So I feel like the best way to do that is by giving them more drinks. And we'll go ahead. Nope, I didn't want to do that. I'm going to go ahead and build up the farm fields a little bit more right over here. Awesome. So we'll get some more schnapps out here. And that is indeed perfect. Yep. The wool seems to still be a little bit on the lower end. And that's just because we need to more than likely move these. Yeah. No, we don't have the grain in there quite yet. That's why. So where are you going to get this? At least some of you are capable of doing so. There's grain in here, right? There should be. There's no grain. Okay. Well, yeah. Now I understand the assignment. Well, they're going over to there. Okay. I'm going to build another grain farm over here then. And this is very much looking like just your typical medieval type settlement in which wherever you plop down a building, that's where it's going to stay for a long time. But more than likely, we're going to be doing a lot of optimizing in the future. So the way that Sere actually looks right now is more than likely going to change. Getting rid of these fields in the front, seeing how the progression goes through introducing the landowners, and all that good stuff. It looks like you're having a little bit of a problem. So when you upgrade the warehouses, unfortunately, that cool skin goes away. But it is what it is. Not a big deal. But we're getting a decent amount of bricks in here, too. Water. that's the other thing. We need to build another clean water pump. And they do have a radius to them, so we can't layer them like so. But I think this is going to be a nice spot for it. It kind of fits the area. Very nice. Because we don't... I think we're losing out on something. The rest seems to be okay now. I think we were just barely losing something. Ah, it was the water. Okay. Well, they're working on the water issue right now. And hopefully we'll get some grain working in this particular sheep farm. And they will work a lot faster. That way this framework knitter can work. And we will continue to upgrade our lovely little town over here. The quaint port town. I feel like I have to fast forward a whole bunch in order to get my timber back. It really looks very pretty. It's really nice. What ornaments can I use? It's quite on the loud end of things. That's why I zoom out more. Can I not listen to this? Thank you. What's this? Von Marsching Peace Soup Generator. What the hell? Okay. You know what? What's this one? There are two of them. What the? What? What's happening? What is happening right now?
Alaska this Sunday.
I'm so confused. No. That's just gonna confuse me. Absolutely not. Ornamental buildings. We also do have, like, so these restaurants. I was actually mentioning this in the expert campaign. I always hated the fact that if you had to build like an industrial island or something, that the restaurants and such that you would get.
Flourishing.
Oh, hi, dude. How's it going? You're here too? Oh, great. Quite penetrated by your kindness. What I was saying is, I never really liked it that the restaurants for like the mezcal and jalea bars, they're actually like considered an industry of some sort. And what I did is I actually incorporated them into Terra Dange back then, and it looked really cool. At the same time, I love the style of the building. That's why it pained me to ever want to put them on an industrial island. You know what I mean? Hopefully. Let's check out these Pescatarians. Because, oh, and then you need the cemetery. Sorry. Put the cemetery, another one at least, right over here. And then I want to imagine that a chapel is necessary. Let's put them right next to each other. And build a road right across. So now you'll be happy. Okay, great. And then upgrading the floor. So we can do that here. It's kind of similar to that of, like, skyscrapers. Let's go ahead and try this out.
You reached a new milestone.
Content Pescatarians. So they would need vegetables. We don't have that. Cheese we can produce. The library. And then seafood stew. Oh, man. Seafood stew. I love anything fish related, man. And yeah, we don't have that here. But they're considered artisans for some reason. I mean, they look like artisans. So I guess, yeah, it makes sense. It's just the guy has the cannery outfit on instead. Oh, that's a lot of delays, is it not? Let's get a warehouse probably positioned around here somewhere. Can we? Wait, I'm dumb. Hold on. Don't I have access on the water? There's something on water. Harbor City. So we have the morning at sea. City institutions. No. Portside Market. Rockefeller's Dream. No, that's not it. The orchards were still way too far away for that one. Ah, harbor storage. That's the one that I want. Small storage. No, I need the warehouse. That's it. That's the one I was looking for. And we can link this bad boy up, and that's gonna work for us right here.
What
So we don't
brings you
have
here, Master?
any delays with that. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of these Pescatarians because I just can't fulfill their needs here. And later on, we will make sure that one of the city-states being built is going to predominantly be Pescatarians so we can see what they're all about. What do you even need for these? Lumberjack hut into the paper factory, and then the hop farm, which we do unironically have here, will produce cigarettes. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. Get these for Or I guess these 3. I need like 1 more timber. There we go. We have a lot of bricks. I want to go and pave the roads with this. So we have the medieval school. We're going to build that 100%. We also do have the inn. It does look rather nice. I don't know exactly, like we could probably put it somewhere over here. We do also have some old town gates and walls, and watchtowers, which is similar to that of the old town content pack, and they do look nice. But the difference here is that they actually do have a construction cost. They're not ornaments per se. You actually have to get this. I say actually way too much. That's something I need to work on. God damn. Can I? Well, if I upgrade the road, it's going to go into the paved streets, so I'm going to have to legitimately use this. Build it down to here. Build over to here. That's very nice. Very nice indeed. Get this here. Get this here. Loop it around here. So basically, the place where Sere was rebuilt first is where they're getting their paved roads. And I think we can manage this. Yep, perfect. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I wish I could put like some I believe that was missed opportunity, but it is indeed a very nice looking settlement to start off, at least. We also do have access to small harbors, so if we can get up to 25 bricks, which I just literally use everything, we can go ahead and build a sailing shipyard, and I'll show you exactly what I was referring to when I was talking about the ships having a increased amount of goods requirement in order to build them. And I think it's really cool. I like the immersion factor. Instead of just having sails and timber, for example, and some weapons to build a frigate, you're actually going to need the sailors and a bunch of other stuff, or a decent amount of other stuff, in order to get them going. That's the type of complexity I love with these types of games. Don't get me wrong, 1800 has always been pretty decent when it's come to the complexity of certain things. But what happens in this military attention mod, I absolutely adore. Really, really adore. So we need 1 more brick, and then we'll go ahead and build the sailing shipyard, which is going to cost us 10,000, but we're making a decent profit right now. And I don't know exactly. I think here should be sufficient for the time being. And it is indeed the Old Town pack with the look of the building too. We're going to connect it up. So let's take a look at these. As an example, the schooner. It's going to require us to have, let's see, what are these things called? Care package factories. So we're going to have to work on that too. Care packages and sailors. So it's going to need 5 sailors in order to build this schooner. I like that. Who in the hell is manning our ships? I get why that's not in the base game. Truly, I do, because that's just, for somebody who's just starting out these types of games, that can be daunting. But we also do have access to hot air balloons. So for example, here, we're going to need sails, steel beams, coal, a care package, and 1 sailor. Or in that case, I would say an airman. Going into the gunboat, which is a military type ship, where you need ammunition and we're going to need basic weapons. Really thought out. And what we're going to be prioritizing with this region, being our border regions, are these ships. So we're going to be using the old warship, the old trade ship, the old command ship, and the old ship of the line to patrol this area. This is not Imperium territory. I want this known. We are rebuilding for our city-state allies. If they choose to join the Imperium later on, that's when they would become modernized with Imperium level tech and architecture, all that stuff. So, for example, ships like these, our ironclads, our battle cruisers, that's what they would gain access to. But they do appreciate their independence, and, that's respectful. We have to always respect that. I'm not going to force somebody to join the Imperium. It's completely by your choice. Similar to anybody new coming by this video and this new series, it is 100% your choice whether you would like to subscribe and join the Imperium. I will never force you to do something you don't wish to do. That's just terrible and really, really unethical, quite frankly. I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade these homes. Oh, what was this? Oh, I do need, oh wow. That needs 25 bricks. Okay. What else did we get? There is also the Imperial Trade Union, which we're gonna need our steel beams in order to build that. I feel like our production chains are just slow. I don't know why. But when I go ahead and, you know what? I'm just gonna do this all solid right now. I'm gonna go ahead and pave the roads right now so they can get the goods to this spot a lot faster. I don't have enough for this one, but they'll be able to get the goods to the warehouses a lot faster, and then we'll see our timber rates go up. The next spot's going to be right over here, so we can get the bricks to this warehouse as quickly as possible, and we won't have to wait. I hate waiting. I legitimately hate waiting. We have 3 bricks. Can we at least pave this road? Yeah, that's perfect. Next one is going to be right here, and that requires my... Hey, perfect. We just did that. Why didn't I change this? Okay, great. Really nice looking port town at the moment. Everyone is very, very happy and very content. Yes, we did go ahead and put down Imperium banners, but that's totally fine. I think that's okay. Unfortunately, and you know, I have to mention this. So Robert, of whom is a channel subscriber, today, the day that I'm actually recording this video, did something really funny. In the expert campaign, for those of you who don't know, we fought a war against Alonzo Graves and liberated his emotional support chicken, which I named Eugene. Eugene is now the Oracle of the Imperium. He does have his own island with his family. It's called Aelia Eugenio. And this man legitimately went and made a mod, or is working on a mod. I don't know whether he's going to put it up or not, but I just laughed so hard. I was crying laughing for a good 10 minutes because he legitimately introduced Eugene into the game with a description saying where Eugene was actually liberated by us in which episode. I was just laughing so hard. But going into mods, I was thinking of doing a little bit of a crash course myself and learning how to create banner type mods. Yeah, you didn't see that coming, did you? Absolutely not. But I have been thinking about it because I want to try to be as realistic as possible with different types of banners. Because I know for a fact, like, we can't just put down, like, seat of power banner. The only one, I guess, that would kind of work in this particular situation would be the Banner of the Roses. So something like this, because we are indeed, like, a medieval type settlement over here. So we can put this down from time to time, and it would work pretty okay-ish, I feel. Can we upgrade these ones? I mean, we can change the skin. Oh, there's a colorful skin to this? That's very colonial. I like it. I like it a lot. So I'll keep that one like that. And I'm gonna... Oh, that's in fact an upgraded section right there. I don't have enough for the inn at the other side, but I also think this is a really good stopping point for the very first episode of the modded campaign. So not only has it started off fantastic, we are working on the rebuilding phase, and hopefully we can do our best to appease these landowners, the city-states, by rebuilding their once powerful nations, instilling enough trust in us so we can bring our tech over here, our innovations, and extract, for example, all that oil, work to get all the mines completely worked on, utilizing as much of the resources in this region as possible because we're going to need it. The Imperium Army Group Center must be built, and it needs to be built properly, effectively, and it needs to be protected. Along with that, we're going to need more ships. Well, we're going to try to speak to some of these landowners and see if we can maybe convince them to allow us to recruit some of their citizens into the Imperium's navy and legions. So stay tuned for that one. But until next time, thank you so much. Please consider like, commenting, subscribing, hitting that bell button, sharing it with your friends. This is going to be an awesome campaign. Make sure the entire Anno community knows about it. 100%. Why not? And I'll catch you on the next episode, my Rantians.